In less than a month, almost half of Toronto City Councillors will be gone, and that has a lot of people sounding the alarm about effective representation in this city. Well, there are already groups working on an alternative to create resident community boards within each ward. It's a model already used in New York City and Los Angeles. So this shows all the different neighborhoods. An extensive 30-page plan to make up for a huge cut at City Hall. With just 25 councillors left representing Toronto's 2.8 million people, citizen groups are taking action to make sure every person in the city still has a voice.
This is to give effective representation. It's more democratic.
City Council candidate Peggy Mulder is pushing to create resident community boards in the city. While Toronto already has community councils made up of city councillors, these boards would be made up entirely of volunteer citizens, up to 50 of them appointed by City Council to cover each cluster of 250,000 people in the city. The boards would meet monthly to discuss all community issues, from local park services and street cleaning to child development and housing.
The idea is to give all neighborhoods, all relevant groups, input and an opportunity to speak.
New York City, which has 51 councillors representing its 8.5 million people, has used this model since the 60s and currently has 59 community boards throughout the city. Los Angeles, with only 15 city councillors representing nearly 4 million people, has 97 neighborhood councils. Do you think that having these community councils will make up for the lack of representation that Toronto residents now face?
Truthfully, no. Not in its entirety.
Christian Tobin spent 5 years at City Hall working for former City Councillor Michael Walker and says with wards nearly doubling in size, there's no question City Councillors will be overwhelmed with calls and requests, community boards or not.
But I don't think it's really a question of whether or not it makes up for it. It's a question of getting people involved. And I think this is a great opportunity. It's unfortunate that usually it takes a tragedy or something bad to get people motivated, but the point is people are moving forward.
While Toronto also has BIAs meant to represent and support local businesses, they say non-business related community issues have already been trickling into their day-to-day affairs. Do you think that BIAs are facing more pressure now with these council cuts?
I don't think it's necessarily just council cuts. I also think BIAs in general are asked to engage more on different issues that they're normally not able to handle.
And those issues could theoretically be passed on to the resident community boards. Ultimately, they would have to be funded by the city, and Mulder says that could be achieved by reallocating the existing budget.